obviously done sports radio. Well, not sports radio, sports media, sports writing. I've done that before. I really just, and I like everyone's opinions. I value everyone's opinions. I always wanted to sit there and say, you should always have your opinion when it comes to sports writing. And my biggest thing I've always said in this show is never change your opinion. Never change what you feel. Don't let anyone change your influence. Don't let anyone sit there and say, no, that's not right. That's not how it should be. Don't let anyone think that or make you think that your opinion's wrong. And so the other day, I was going through, my feed, and I saw a quote, pretty much from an article about Matthew Stafford being traded. And anyone that doesn't know the big news, obviously Matthew Stafford's being traded or looking to be traded. The Detroit Lions are looking to part ways because he's tired. At the end of the day, he's tired of being in a situation where either if they are rebuilding, they're not doing a good job of rebuilding. If they are looking to try and win, he hasn't won. The organization as a whole, as far as the Detroit Lions, are terrible. And I hate to say it because I was born in Michigan, and it's kind of funny. Out of my family, like my parents and my sister and I, my sister is the only one that actually says that she roots for the Detroit Lions. My dad roots for Tom Brady. Basically, so he rooted for Tom Brady, New England Patriots. He also rooted for the Minnesota Vikings growing up too. My mom claims she's a Bears fan, even though she can't name a single player on the team. And I'm a Colts fan. So out of my immediate family right there, there's no one there to represent the Detroit Lions besides my sister. And then out of some more levels of my family, my aunts and uncles, I only have an aunt, I believe, who is... I think I have one aunt that is a Detroit... No, sorry. My uncle that passed, excuse me. Actually, no, he's not a Detroit Lions fan. He was a Miami Dolphins fan. The Lions suck. They suck, okay? Sorry. They stink. So anyways, I was reading this article, and it was from the Pride of Detroit on SB Nation. And I never want to sit there and say you shouldn't have your opinion, because I always believe everyone's opinion matters. That's what makes us all sports writers, sports media people, sports podcast hosts, sports whatever. That's what makes us all great, because we have our opinion. But this article, this quote kind of threw me off. And this quote was from an article that they wrote where it was talking about possible trade destinations for Matthew Stafford and grading which one would be best for him. And a lot of people out there actually thought the Colts are going to be a legit spot for him, because of the fact they are built to win right now. And here's the whole article. Well, actually, no, I'm not even going to say the whole article. Here's a quote from the article that just sticks with me. One more con, and I write this knowing it probably analytically unfair. This is something of a personal rant, one of several in this blog. The Colts are losers. Utter, wretched losers who waste talent just as much as the Lions do. Okay. Ever since this franchise dismissed Peyton Manning, the Colts have earned nothing, won nothing of note, and wasted everything they have been given. Every season, the sports media praises the Colts and heap great expectations upon them. Every season, the Colts flame out. They put one foot into the playoffs, and they are immediately flung for the mountain. Andrew Luck retired rather than deal with this mess. If these losers are the sort of thing Stafford wants to get in bed with, so be it. He might just prove he can be the one to whip this group of losers into shape. Either that, or he'll be a loser like the rest of them. Okay, you know what, dude? I just gotta say this. You are gonna sit there and say that this team is a bunch of losers. And that, first off, okay, let's go back to the waste of talent. Your quarterback doesn't want to play for you. He doesn't want to be on the Detroit Lions anymore. You want to know why? Because your team is a bunch of losers. Your team sucks. The Detroit Lions, and I'm sorry for any Lions fans that I offend, you guys are probably heading in the right direction now with Coach Campbell, but your team sucks. Your team wasted talent, wasted Matt Stafford. That guy is no doubt a talented quarterback. I don't think, and if people want to question how good he is, go look in the stats. I know people want to say, well, he had all these stats because they were losing, he had to throw his way back in, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. He is still a talented quarterback. He makes a lot of throws that do not get noticed. I've seen him. I know he's a great quarterback. And your organization, the Detroit Lions, wasted him. And you're going to sit there and say the Colts are a bunch of losers. For what? We've made the playoffs. How many times have you made the playoffs with Matt Stafford? And also, let's not forget, wasted talent. Barry Sanders didn't want to play anymore for you guys. Calvin Johnson didn't want to play anymore for you guys. Don't compare an Andrew Luck retirement because of his injuries and not dealing with it. Like he said, the injuries are piling up and I was tired of it. Now, I'll tell you that. The Colts with Ryan Grigson hurt Andrew Luck. Why? Because he got hurt and the offensive line was never built until Chris Ballard got there. And so once the line was built, he felt good, but he suffered another injury. He's mentally said, I'm done. And I don't blame him for that. But to sit there and call it the Indianapolis Colts a bunch of losers when your team hasn't done anything is, I'm sorry, you're a disgrace. Okay, I'm not going to use disgrace because that's not right. Your opinion in this article is terrible. Okay? Terrible. Calling the team a bunch of losers. Oh, they just get 1 foot in the playoffs and they are immediately flung from the mountain. Really? Because they made it to the AFC Championship game with Andrew Luck as a starting quarterback too. Okay? So this 1 foot in the playoffs thing, that's a freaking lie. His first 3 years, they actually went from the wild card to the divisional round to the AFC Championship game. So don't even try that. The Colts are a great team. If you're calling them a bunch of losers, your team is going to continue to be a bunch of losers. Unfortunately. You want to know why? Because you guys waste talent. Calvin Johnson didn't want to play for your organization anymore. One of the greatest receivers I've ever seen. And you guys wasted his talent. You guys wasted Matt Stafford. Your team screwed them. The Colts don't waste talent. Okay? We actually have success. We actually make the playoffs. Okay? And I don't care about your 1 foot in the playoffs comment. We actually do something. We've actually done something. And yes, he did not retire. Andrew Luck did not retire because of a mess. He retired because he couldn't stay healthy and didn't want to deal with injuries. And I'm just sick and tired. This article, I'm telling you, it pissed me off. Matt Stafford going to the Indianapolis Colts would just be a boost. But you want to know why? Because he's wasting his talent with the Detroit Lions. That's why. The Detroit Lions are, right now, before the season, are a terrible organization. Terrible. You wasted Stafford. Matt Patricia was a horrible hire. A terrible team you have in Detroit. Now, I actually love the hire of Dan Campbell, I love the hire of him. Because I personally think he's a great coach. When he was the interim coach for the Miami Dolphins, and then he got the tight end coach for the New Orleans Saints, I personally thought Dan Campbell should have been the head coach of the Miami Dolphins when they made him the interim one because the team was doing really good with him. I personally felt that. And then when I saw he got hired for the the Detroit Lions, I was like, good. He deserved. I felt he was good for the Dolphins. And people were trying to go and be critical of his pregame or his press conference when they introduced him, all that stuff. And they're like making fun of him. I was like, for what, dude? The guy's a tough, and he went out there and straight up and said, I'm not going to guarantee you wins. I'm not going to sit there and say we're going to be a playoff team because I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take time. We got to build something. But this team, for this dude to call the Colts a bunch of losers. How many times do you say losers? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, Four times. 4 times he called the Colts a bunch of losers. Actually, no, 5 times. Excuse me, 5 times. I missed one. Like, I'm sorry, but your opinion, like, it's your opinion, but I'm here to comment on that. That's another thing about having opinions and doing this, is that we can comment and I can argue with that. And I would love for this. I don't even know your name. What's his name? Actually, I'm not even going to call. Actually, you know what? I think I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to be a nice guy, and I'm going to keep your name to myself. But don't worry, it's on SB Pride of Detroit, so if anyone wants to look it up, go for it. But the fact of the matter is, for you to call these Colts a bunch of losers, oh, the media heaped them. What does the media do to the Detroit Lions? And listen, I don't know how many times the Lions have picked in front of the Colts when it comes to the draft picks, but it's been more often than not. Right? So you're talking about wasting talent? Your team has higher draft picks, and you guys don't do nothing with them. At least with our picks, we're making the playoffs. We're being competitive. So don't try and sit there and say, like, what? We haven't made the playoffs. Let's see, when Luck was on our team, we missed the playoffs 2 times, right? Because one, he was just out for the entire year. And then 1 year, we just weren't that good. We thought we were going to be talented, but we weren't that good. Other than that, we've made the playoffs every year. And then the year before this past season, the year with Jacoby Brissett, when Luck did retire, we missed the playoffs as well. So, like, the past, I don't know how many seasons we missed the playoffs 3 times? Unbelievable of this guy. Like, this dude sits there and puts, like, the Colts as a B when this team is really just lacking a starting quarterback right now. Jacob Eason is just not ready yet. Matthew Stafford is legit, and the Detroit Lions waste his talent. You waste him. You waste his talent. And all I can sit there and say is, you guys at the Detroit Lions, I hope you guys head in the right direction. And I'm pretty sure that this guy is just he's just a sad writer when it comes to, he doesn't like seeing success from other teams. And he doesn't like, the Colts have had success. The Colts get heap of praise in his quote. Why? Because we actually have a legit team. Like, it's a legit team that actually goes to the playoffs. Your team, I don't even know. I don't know the last time you guys even made the playoffs. Because you guys have been that bad. You guys waste that talent. It's the first time you made the playoffs with Stafford in a long time, you guys lost to the Saints. Am I missing something? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. You guys are terrible. Terrible team. Wasting talent. And you're calling out a team that actually goes to the playoffs, doesn't waste talent? That's just disgusting, dude. That's just bad. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it, and it pissed me off. It fueled my argument just to see you call this team losers 5 times. For what? Because your Detroit Lions are a terrible team? So much for your pride of Detroit.